อยากเรียนรู้ภาษาอังกฤษอยากพูดภาษาอังกฤษเป็นหรือเก่งก็ต้อง practice English วันนี้ป้าอ้อยจะมาอ่านเรื่อง English Story เรื่องชื่อ Corn C-O-R-N Corn When the goats were between me and my dog, I hid behind a tree. Then I shouted my dog, "Come here!" He started to run to me and the goats too. I stayed in my position behind the tree. When one of the goats was close to me, I jumped and I caught its leg. But then the goat kicked me with its second leg in my nose. It hurt a lot. I let the goat go, and the goat was soon gone. We weren't successful. This wasn't a good way to catch a goat. We had to do it differently. I told my dog,Let's go home. I need some rest. I work on my fence from January to March. It took me a long time because I want to make it very strong. During this time, I found pigeons on the islands. Their homes weren't in the trees. They live in holes, which were in the rocks.It was easy to catch them. Their meat was great. I could also cook and eat their eggs. Whenever I work on my fence, I found a small bag. I remembered corn in the bag. But now there were only some leaves and dust in the bag. I took the bag outside my camp. I emptied the bag.Because I needed it for the gunpowder. This happened shortly before the rains. A month later, I found a few green leaves in the press. It was young corn. Words could express how happy I was. I had corn on the island. It was fantastic. I could.Bake bread in the future. Something happened on March 16. I was inside my cave when piece of earth started to fall from the ceiling. I was scared. I didn't want my work to be destroyed. I ran outside the cave. I noticed that the ground started to shake everywhere.It was an earthquake. I was shocked and scared. Some big stones fell from the hill, but I was lucky. They didn't hit my tent. The earthquake was finished soon, but I was afraid to go inside. I sat on the ground in front of my tent. I started to think.Maybe it was better not to sleep in the cave. It wasn't very safe in case another earthquake came. But I did want to sleep in the tent, so I decided to make a house instead of the tent. I wanted to use the cave only as a cellar. The next day,I started to build the house. It was in April. It took me 3 months to build the house, but I was happy with my new home. I was ill in the last week of July. I had a temperature. I couldn't get out of the bed. I was very weak. I could do nothing in the state.I had crazy dreams. The dreams weren't very logical, but for me, they were real when I had these dreams. Thank you.